architects, barbers, even cosmetologists, entrepreneurship and knowledge, bringing all of this. Hey, welcome to Beyond the Chairs podcast. My name is Ericka Chancellor, your host, and today we have Carlos in the house. Welcome, Loso The Barber.
Thanks for having me. Definitely a pleasure.
How is it going today?
It's going great.
Good, good. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Again, my name is Carlos Spivey, barber / entrepreneur. I've been cutting hair for a little over 5 years, 5.5 years, about to be 6 years by the end of this year. Grateful, thankful, and again, it's a privilege to be here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Carlos. So, I know that this coronavirus has affected your business because, of course, it affected mine, and it's affecting a lot of the black businesses in this area.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been able to recover or work through this pandemic?
I'll say this. First, it caught me with my pants down the first time. I wasn't ready. It was just, I was very unprepared, so I didn't know what to do. But the second time around, I told myself I'm not going to get caught like that again.
Okay.
And what I did was, I looked in the mirror, I looked at my strengths and my weaknesses, and I started betting on myself. And I started doing things that would allow me to not operate under this name and just operate under my own name and be my own self and represent myself, be my own boss.
Right.
So I was looking more to do things like that. So again, when it came, I wasn't ready, but the second time I was ready, and I chose me.
Right.
And I'm just grateful to be able to acknowledge what I needed to do and come from under that rock and just really shine bright and just be my own self and take control of my career.
Right, it was almost like an opportunity to reinvent yourself.
It really was. It really was that, and that's what I took it as.
Right.
And I really jumped on that bull and I grabbed the horns, and I've been riding with that bad boy for a while now. So, yeah.
Definitely. So, what about the working outside? Have you had the experience of working outside?
Thank God I haven't. I haven't been working outside. I've been working in my garage, so I took it to my garage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's where I've been. I got my barber chair in there. Shout out to my client for getting me a barber chair on my birthday.
All right.
God is good, man.
Yes, he is.
Thankful for my client. I got the barber chair because before that I had a little roll around test we have in the office. And
right.
That hurt, and, you know what I mean? But, he looked out, kept his word. Salute to him. And, very grateful. Very grateful.
So do you think it's feasible for somebody to, we've been actually hitting some record temperatures. Do you think it's feasible to work outside? And then what about when we come to the rainy season? How are we going to handle that?
Man, right now, I shake my head because it's no way. I'm going to speak from the barber standpoint. Like, you can't cut nobody hair and they sweating. Like, the heat is just way, it's not even, come on, man. It's just not even like, you're not in your right mind trying to cut somebody hair when they're sweating and they're doing it outside.
Right.
Even if you got a little canopy over you, it's still too hot. And you can't do your best work when somebody just sitting there sweating.
You have the white sweat.
Right. It's doing too much. So for them to shut us down and say we're not essential and then force us outside, it's just like, y'all just hit us across the head twice. Shut us down, man. Push us outside, man. Like, we can't do nothing. We can't do what we need to do. We can't perfect our job. We can't do what we love doing to the highest level when you put us in these types of environments. You know what I mean? So
Definitely. And bringing the whole extension cord, they literally wrote out a paper how you supposed to attach your extension cords, your clippers, your blow dryer. And we already know they definitely wasn't thinking about black people.
Of course not.
When they told us to go outside. Because first of all, we were pressing curls.
Right.
And can you imagine trying to do a press and curl in 101 heat outside?
It's not happening.
With my blow dryer plugged up to that same extension cord, with my stove in that extension cord, with my clippers in that extension cord, you just created so many other hazards.
Indeed. I'll say this. Nothing will be the same going forward. Like, nothing will be the same. Like, this experience has changed everything. From the way we look at barbering, the way barbers are moving, the way stylists are moving. Like, this, everything is different now. It will never be the same. Due to going through these experiences, it's just like...
It's almost like we're looking for a way out.
You know what I mean?
How are we going to get up out of this?
And then they're going to title us non-essential. It's like, I'm still hot on that, but it is what it is. We'll be non-essential today.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, we'll be non-essential today. So do you think it's important to take your business beyond the chair?
Oh, most definitely. And I like what you do with Beyond the Chair.
Thank you.
But I truly believe when you've been in the field long enough and you see the ins and outs, I say around year 4 or 5, you're like, okay, it's more to this. You see that it's more to barbering, and you see that it's more from behind the chair, where you can really make money and you can really follow your passion and do a lot of the things that is for you in the industry. But then again, you have people who just love to stand behind the chair.
Right.
If that fits them, so be it. But, you know, I'm the type of person who I like to keep leveling up and pushing myself and empower people around me. So, yes, but from behind the chair is the best thing you can possibly do as a stylist or barber.
Yes, definitely. I agree. So do you believe that the Board of Barbering and Cosmetology has shown diversity? Do you believe that they've shown diversity?
I don't believe they've shown diversity since I can even think of. Like, it's not any diversity really shown. It's just, it is what it is. And you got some that slips through the cracks and make it to higher levels, but there's very few of us that make it, in that round. But, I just believe we need to start our own thing.
Right.
Start our own thing and build from the ground up and let it be, what it really needs to be for our industry, because, it's just not moving the way it should be, in my opinion. So,
right.
No, I don't agree that they've shown any diversity, but it should be, because the industry represents a lot of different colors.
Yes, definitely.
You know what I mean? Male, female, so it's being represented widely, but, when it comes to the importance of making the decisions in the world of hair, there's not too many that look like me or you that's
right.
making those decisions. So we need to change that going forward. Or we just create our own.
Definitely. I'm with the create our own.
Man.
I'm with the create our own, because like you said, if it never was created for us and it never was intended for us, I don't want to be a part of it anyway. Right? It's like, I don't know. Either you gonna include us, and then I did like some research on the statistics of who actually holds these licenses, and a big percentage of the barbers are black, literally.
Already know.
A big percentage of the barbers are black, so that means that your revenue is coming from black males, which I don't think I've maybe seen one black male representing us as far as the board.
But you know what? In addition to what you're saying, there's a lot of people that's calling the shots that never picked up a pair of clippers.
Yes.
That never picked up the curling iron.
Yes.
And they're making the most important decisions, but you know nothing about it.
Which is why somebody would tell us to work outside.
Right. Like anybody in their right mind has ever been a barber or a stylist, that's not the way to go.
No, and who would advise him to say or do that? It's just so crazy.
It is. I can't even, every time I think about it, all I can do is just shake my head. Like, I have no word for it. None.
None at all. So do you believe that licensure is important?
Extremely important.
Okay.
Having your license is important because, the way I look at it from a barber standpoint, you got hair cutters and then you got barbers. Hair cutters being someone who can cut for a number of years, but they don't have their license.
Okay.
And they don't know the safety precautions that you must have as a barber. A barber is someone who's licensed, they know the ins and outs, they know the safety precautions, rules and regulations, and that's the difference between the two.
Right.
So having your license is very important. And that's something that you want to have on your station at all times, very important. And get your license, man. Don't wait. Don't wait. Get your license now, man. The longer you wait, the worse it's gonna get. So get them now.
So is it more just about the licensure, or is it more about being educated?
For me, I'm more so about being educated, but I know in order to be educated, you must have your license. So you must have your license. So that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But being educated and going a step further, because when you go, when you go a mile, you realize sometimes people ain't even go inch when it comes to educating yourself on hair, why this is happening to your hair, the diseases, how to take care of the hair. You know what I mean? Like when we did a podcast with a gentleman, and he really enlightened me on hair.
Right.
Like, and I was just blown away. He got like these thick books on just hair.
Right.
And how to take care of hair. And I'm just like, yo, you just really like motivated me to like step my game up, because it's more than just standing behind the chair, cutting the head, and just putting out a fly cut. But it's like beyond that fly cut, can you really maintain that person's scalp?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are you putting the right, wave pomade on their hair that's not clogging up their pores, and just, next thing you know, their hair all flaked up, but they don't know why?
Right.
You gotta know all this stuff. You gotta know the ins and outs of the game, and that's really going to allow you to be in a different lane when it comes to like a haircutter or an average barber. You know what I'm saying? The best barbers or the best stylists are educated in their field. And that's what I respect about you, because you're not only a stylist, you're on the board, so you know the rules and regulations when they come out, boom, expressing your head, because you know what's going on. You within the industry, you embody the industry. You know what I mean? So I respect that about you, and I love that.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And I think that when you're professing something, you have to take your profession to a master position.
Yes.
You shouldn't just say the novice or the, that low area of learning.
I agree.
It's always different levels. And then when you start talking about the laws of your industry and statutes and stuff like that, that's when you start to master it. Yes. And so getting into mastery of your craft, definitely taking it to the next level.
It is. That's when you know you love what you do, and you take it serious. And it's like, there's some people who come in the barber industry as haircutters. They're just looking to get that money, and it's cool for them.
And they usually say it at that point. Usually.
And they ain't trying to do more because they don't got comfortable. And then you got barbers who, they stand behind the chairs, and some, that's cool for them, and then some they want to venture out. They want to own a barbershop. They want to franchise a barbershop. They want to own a school with so many things that you can do as a barber. It's not just standing behind a chair, man.
Right.
Like, we impact the community, stylists, barbers. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like being a preacher in the pulpit. They come to hear your word, what you got to say. And I'm always speaking something positive to my black men or my black women who come sit in my chair, because it's really my job to do that. When you come and you sit in my chair for that 35, 45 minutes, I'm going to give you something you can take and you can, share with somebody else in the world, because that's what I'm doing. I'm providing a service. I'm going to give you a mindset when you sit in my chair, and that's how we need to empower each other, man. Teach one, teach one.
Exactly.
So that's how I'm moving.
And definitely, I think that in salons and barbershops, that's where a lot of good conversations are made.
The best.
A lot of good business deals are made. People that you didn't think you would see is up in the barbershop, up in the salon. You're like, oh my gosh, there's Lisa Leslie getting her hair done. Stuff like that. It's like, and so it's like the perfect place to congregate and meet new people and network and stuff like that.
I will say this though, I miss the environment of the barbershop. Yeah. I miss it.
Definitely, for sure.
Just the laughs, the jokes, learning from each other. I really miss that, man.
Yeah, I do too. I can say that.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. People being in there comfortably and just, And I mean, I'm sure it'll come back to somewhat normal, but I don't think it'll ever.
Nothing will be the same. Like Drake said, nothing will be the same. Yeah. It won't be the same. It'll be everybody in their little cubicle, everything locked off. I went in the barbershop.
Plexiglass
It
up.
was plexiglass up. I'm just like, yo, had a little moving plexiglass on wheels. Like, yes, man, nothing what you saying.
Yes. So how do you think that we can keep the integrity of this business? Because a lot of people say that's why they really don't respect us, because they feel like we don't pay into taxes. We don't, we have people working in our salons that aren't licensed, just breaking all the integrity of this business. How do you think we can keep that?
You got people breaking the laws. And as long as you got people breaking the laws, they're going to get what comes to them.
Right.
You got to go in the game doing things the right way, and the best things will happen to you in your salon or your barbershop. And you got to teach, like, when I came in, I made sure my first shop was a black-owned barbershop. Okay. I didn't want to go anywhere else. Mm-hmm. I said, as long as I'm around black men, black women who are in the industry that I'm in, and I knew I can learn something. I'm gonna tell you this. I came because I was going to school for kinesiology. Long story short, I was going to school for kinesiology, and I remember when that financial burden hit me, and they were telling me I couldn't add my courses to go into school. It really hit me like a ton of bricks because everything I had going was towards that.
Right.
But I remember when I made a decision to do barbering, it really changed my life, and I'm so glad that I did it because I had more control. Because if I would have been a personal trainer, or if I would have went in the field of kinesiology, I would have had no control over what I do, which is what I'm doing now. Right. I set a plan for myself a while, and I just followed it. Roll bumps, but I kept following it. Right. And it got me to this point now where I'm in total control of my career. Right. So that was very important to me. Very, very important. But the integrity, to answer your question, I'm sorry, but the integrity, I'm sorry I get carried away. I just love what we speak about. The integrity, man, put in, what you put in is what you're going to get out. If you cheat the game, you're not going to last long. But if you follow the rules and regulations and you do it right and you passing that to the people that's coming behind you, the game will be tarnished. Right. Integrity will remain true to barbering or to stylists. Right. But you got to give it. Right, to get it needs, man. Yes. You gotta feed it. And the thing is too, with barbering or being a stylist, you can't keep taking from it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta give to it. Yes. You gotta give. Yes, you do. You gotta give. Sometimes you just standing behind the chair, taking. Yeah. No, you gotta give. That's all they doing. At some point. Yes. What it's like, especially with the young man, I take it personally. A young boy come in my chair and sit. You know what I'm saying? His mama done talk to me, he's this, he ain't paying attention to school. I get in his ear, like, bro, what are you doing? Right. Like, you tripping. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got your mama, working 2 jobs and whatnot and trying to make sure you straight. You over here going to school and acting a fool. Like, you gotta do better, bro. So I really talk to him from a standpoint like I care. Right. A lot of times when a young man feels like somebody cares about them, they start to change their actions. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they start believing in themselves because what I'm pushing into them is motivation and positivity. Right. What they need. Sometimes little boys can't get what they need from their mothers. Right. So they need fathers. So a lot of barbers are like mentors and father figures. For sure. Straight up. Yeah. So I wear a lot of hats, and I'm very prideful when I stand behind that chair. Straight up. That's good, because it does give you a lot of power. It does. I'm telling you, like the preacher in the pulpit. Straight up. You got a lot of power. Your words hold a lot of weight. Yes, and then especially because you touching their head, so you gotta get in there and be like, okay, so what's going on with you? Why are you tripping? What's going on with you? Yeah. So what kind of advice would you give up and coming barbers that want to get into the industry but might not necessarily know how, or think that it's okay to just be a hair cutter and not take it to the next level? I would tell them, like a lady told me a while ago. I remember when I was looking for a barbershop, she said, you know what? Because I remember going up and down Pico trying to find a barbershop. And she said, you know what? Go over here to M Barber. That's a good man. Black owned, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, bet. And I went straight there and I talked to him. And he ended up giving me a position there in his shop, and I salute him, Maurice. Maurice gave me an opportunity to cut hair, but I say find a place where you'll be able to grow. Okay. and the men or the women around you are going to be able to teach you things to take your career to the next level. A lot of times people go in shops and people don't have time for the beginners.
Right.
Because they're busy making money. You want to go where you can learn, you can grow. So it's very important to go where you can learn and grow and go to a school that's really going to give you what you need to succeed.
Right.
You know, sometimes a lot of these schools is about the money.
It is, a lot of them.
A lot of these schools, you know, got great teachers. I know, you know, when I was at Avery Freeman, you know, I had Ron Cozell, amazing teacher. I had Miss Mo, amazing teacher.
Right.
So I was able to get amongst some amazing teachers that really made me look at barbering like, yo, I can do this.
Right.
It's his stories, it's, you know, his mindset, and just, you know, the way he took control of his career, him and Miss Mo. It really let me know that, you know, I can be anything I want to be within this barber realm.
Right.
So you just got to surround yourself with the right people.
Right.
And always believe in yourself. But know at the beginning it's going to be rough. And forming your clientele is going to be one of the toughest things you have to do.
Yes,
forming your clientele is going to be very hard, you know. It's word of mouth. You can start on your cousins,
family members,
family members, and just practice. Always practice. Now go on YouTube and watch videos where you can learn stuff, man. It was a guy who I learned from. He made it look so easy and made me believe that I can do it. So I really did my homework on YouTube. I did my homework on finding a shop that I felt was working for me. It was close proximity to my home. So at the time I wasn't driving, so I could walk there. The shop was literally 5 minutes away from my house, so I was able to walk to it. I found the shop. You know what I'm saying? I did my research on the schools that I wanted to go to. Because that's very important.
Yes, it's to have schools
very
that
important.
Are interested in your learning.
Man, very important. Y'all.
And not just getting your money.
Yes.
So lastly, Carlos, can you talk to me about your social media contacts, how somebody can contact you if they want to get in touch with you to get a haircut?
Mm-hmm. Right now I'm working on a website that I'm not yet done with. I should have been done it, but it's been busy. Thankfully, I've been busy. But right now you can hit me on Instagram, Loso The Barber, LOSO_THA_Barber on Instagram, or you can reach out to me 323-691-7640. 323-691-7640. That is my phone number. So you can reach out to me, Instagram or phone number, until the website is up. So that's the way you can contact me right now.
And then also you have a podcast as well.
I do. Me and my man Mark, shout out to Mark. We have a podcast. Man, it was like one day we was talking about doing it and then it happened. But we came to a screeching halt, but we revamping everything. We about to juice it up and it's going to be exciting. Make sure y'all tune in to our podcast, man. It's going to be juicy.
What's the name of it?
I just had a brain fart. I just had a brain fart. Chopping the bigs. You have to scratch that. Chopping the bigs. Chopping the bigs. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. We got some videos on there right now, but when it comes back, it's gonna be hitting heavy.
Yes, definitely.
Like Tyson in his prime. You know
Is there anything else you want to leave us with?
Of course.
It's like of course.
What my shirt say?
What is that?
It's under, but it says be your best self. Be your best self at all times. And live life fully. Live life fully and be your best self. That's my words for the day.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
It's been a
Carlos.
pleasure, Mr.
Thank you for coming.
Right.
And we out.
We out. Outro. What?